it was an offlane Magnus. So we could see that this game, although that might be a little bit difficult to fit in with the Batrider.
Yeah, unless you throw Batrider into the mid. If this is really going to be a Sumail Night Stalker.
But then they don't have a good steroid like target for the Empower. Slark is like, it's okay, but it's no Ember Spirit, that's for sure.
That's right, just Iron Talon the Magnus in the jungle.
You could definitely do that. I have seen people do it before Iron Talon was a thing. You choke point with the level 1 Empower with Quelling Blade.
I suppose, yeah, that could...
Yeah, it's not it's not that unfathomable.
It would be so dirty though. Like all levels of dirty.
Is it? Do you consider Iron Talon dirty? I think it's great. Jungle Magnus at TI first round?
You know,
sure.
You know, I was one of those those fun guys that was like, you know, I would love to see that kind of stuff with like an alchemist inside the jungle doing that kind of stuff, and then just giving Ags to the rest of his team the entire time. Like you'd like get Dragonlance and Aghanim Scepter on the Drow Ranger like next to no time. Everybody is a winner.
Except the 4 teammates who have to play 4v5
with
the
a crappy
entire
alchemist.
Oh, the Huskar again.
Oh, they're trying it. There's still some really good control coming out from Wings against the Huskar.
I think Ember was banned by themselves, so
yeah.
Yeah, I find it hard.
You're wondering what Wings' last hero is going to be?
Yep. Because we haven't seen the pick Magnus, so do they like to combo it? Is it going to be like Faceless Void even for just huge team fight control, because EG's team fight is atrocious?
I think we have to assume though that we're looking at 3 calls already from Wings, so it's 1 more support, right? Or you're talking about EG's last?
No, I'm talking about Wings' last. Dude, assuming is what gets you in trouble in Dota. You assume that EG doesn't play Huskar. You assume that Sumail doesn't play Huskar. Well, maybe they get in trouble last game, but it could, right?
Yeah.
You have to respect your opponents. You have to never assume that they're going to do the unoptimal play.
He'll definitely have a lot of an easier time playing up. There's the Ancient Apparition ban. I wonder if we just get the Oracle pickup. Like the Huskar will have a lot easier time playing up against a Magnus in the mid than he did against the Viper and Oracle combination.
But that's the thing. Are they going to put Magnus in the mid lane? It could be a jungle mag with the Batrider off lane. I don't think they were going to put up the Magnus versus the Huskar, because that's a terrible matchup for the Magnus.
Yep.
And they don't have the nice babies at Hero. Rubik's like, okay, but he's no Oracle.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think this is why Wings want a second pick, just in case something strange is happening. And it is the Huskar again from EG. And now we are looking for likely a second support. Dazzle is not available to them this time. It has been fit banned out by Wings. Oracle, however, that seems like a Zai hero though, not a PPD.
Yeah. That's more better. That's better. Better stuns, better control, nice little buff up on all their 3 heroes as well.
Yeah, I don't like the Bloodlust here so much though. You want Bloodlust for heroes that are slow at attack speed. Lifestealer and Huskar both have like larger attack speed, but you know, Ogre is...
A stun is a stun. A tanky support.
10 seconds remaining.
You mentioned the Lion. I think like Lion, he has the nice instant cast on the Slark, but just not as tanky, just in case things go awry.
Maybe they're also worried about what will be stolen, but then again, Rubik still has a lot to get from the Ogre. Just can't steal the multicast.
10
which is kind of what makes Ogre. So Wings, last hero pickup. Are we running a... Oh! Booyah! That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. It is an ice.
Yo, I
as
see
well.
I see him smiling. He's like, oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, boys. Yeah, we got this. Oh, well, okay, maybe mid lane isn't as straightforward as you thought it was. That's going to throw a curveball the way of EG.
Imagine if Pudge gets a Battle Fury and gets like 300 Flesh Sheep stacks with Empower. Wow. New strat.
Is this like Year of the Beast all over again? How do you do it? Just keep buffing up your Pudge. Keep buffing up your Pudge. Actually, that was when we did... that was Diatide. Diatide was the one where Pudge was the all-powerful one.
With EB, infinitely scaling. And then with Magnus, it's like infinitely scaling times 5, which is just more infinity.
It was the Necro. Necro was the big hero for Year of the Beast.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get our predictions in.
Highest total magical or pure damage done to heroes by 25 minutes.
under the guise of darkness, but okay, you lasso them, and then you hook the Bat Rider. Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't break as long as it's on an ally. Yeah.
And then you skewer them back into the fountain, and then you RP them there so they can't escape. Boom. Ultimate fountain
Or you could just buy 2 4-stars and just 4-star the Bat Rider around with the lasso target. Somehow looking to have some fun here in the mid lane.
This is Fountain Hook version 2.0, TI6 version.
I still love the fact that the fountain hooking was a bug which was allowed through until it completely broke a game at TI. They're like, okay, maybe we should fix it. Like, it was left in because I thought it was amusing.
Was it a bug?
It was a bug.
It's mechanics.
There was a whole bunch, you know, like, there's a whole bunch of things during like alpha and beta that you were just like, this really shouldn't happen, but it's so funny that it does that you just want to leave it in. That was one of those things.
I call it strange mechanics. It's kind of like the English language. There's a lot of strange things. I don't call them bugs. It's just how the English language is. It's just how Dota works, man.
Sorry, I don't know the English language. I only know Australian.
Jesus, Toby. I can't follow up after that.
So what people always ask me, it's like, you lived in Germany for 5 years. You know German? I'm like, nope, I know English and I know bad English.
Do you know English, though? You self-proclaim that you did not.
Yeah. Don't know Dota, don't know English? What the hell am I even doing here at TI? Crazy!
You don't know techies?
Ah, now that is blasphemy. Tier 1 tower to be fortified and bloodlusted. Obviously, wings are like bears. You make yourself big and maybe they don't attack you.
How do they make themselves big? That's what bloodlust is for.
Yeah, that's what it was. The tower was bloodlusted. Get the joke, bro! Isaias TPs himself out there, saving the tree lines. PPD can't get this done in time. Only the open wound, so save him another day. Tier 1 towers being attacked in the mid, but again, these TPs from EG coming nice and quick.
They are playing against the Huskar quite well. This is what you need to do versus Huskar. You do not fight when he is this farmed with Aegis. You let him, let him farm.
I like this. And you actually get your critical item. This is the reason why they dodged it. Shadow's about to pick up a Silver Edge. And then they're going to have some answers to Samael.
I still think they lack damage.
One step at a time. First, you have to break the Berserker's blood.
That's true. They still need Blink on Blink.
Yeah, they need a Blink RP. Like, that's also critical.
Oh, that's Faith. Faith also needs Blink, but he's going to be second in line.
Well, Blink's going to finish his in now, practically.
What about Pudge? Pudge, no sign of Aether Lens.
Yeah, I don't
no sign of anything.
You're not going to get a sign of much from him. Like, I think you realize he's going to have to weather the storm for a very long time. But it was always a thing with a Pudge where he'd break a stalemate. So you wait forever. Like, EG want to take your high ground. How do they do that with this lineup? Like, do you look for a Dragonlance over on, well, he's got one, over on the Huskar, and he just attacks up onto the high ground? Like,
that's okay.
That's probably the best way to do that, but then you got to be careful of the Pudge. And the vision from an Aghanim Scepter Night Stalker may not be long enough. Now, Faith, TP. A gank lineup with no stuns, and he makes it to the tree lines in time. So Faith gets to survive.
The keep away game is being excellently executed.
This is the attack, evade, attack, evade, attack, evade.
They've only taken down 1 T2 on the side of EG. However, Roshan will continuously be controlled by them, as well as the rest of the map. Now that the Ags and the Gem are in the inventory of the Night Stalker, and nighttime will descend upon us in 45 seconds, or right now.
There goes the Aegis, the Immortal. It's going to be a long spawn time for the next one as well. So, not as quick as EG would probably prefer. This takes away that extra life of Samael to have a license to kill. Literally Bond. Just with more weirder hair. Wings. Now to defend the mid lane is EG. Or either prep Firefly from Blink. So they don't really keep the creep wave alive very long, but Fear making a run for Innocence. Innocence is not going to muck around with this at all.
He's been slow with the Rage. I think that's the second time that's happened to him. He tries to go on the Rubik and he gets lifted before Rage. But, you know, playing a little bit safe. He doesn't have Aegis, and Rubik has a pretty low cast point.
Well, they're coming back. Shadow's TPing in. They don't have everybody though. Faith has not TP'd in just yet. He could TP. Okay, yeah, he's TPing into the tier 3 now. So if EG want to fight this, EG can. Universe actually went down and saw the TP. Thanks to that Aghanim Scepter of his and the Gem of True Sight, they can see Shadow moving forward. They drop down a sentry to well, does EG have any idea what's going on?
Radiant has used scan, and they're also trying to use the melee creep.
They're gonna smoke.
To dodge the hook, to block the hook rather.
Okay, nope. They hold it. Goodbye tier 2 tower. It's not worth the fight.
Radiant's middle tower.
They still have an observe forward up in the lane, so I understand EG's exit.
I think the Slark would have been better suited to continuously split pushing top. I think like he can defend once they go high ground because that's a much better opportunity for the punch to hook. But when they don't have the high ground advantage, it's slightly too difficult for them to fight.
Yep.
And EG will wait.
This is the timing that Wings would have loved to have. The blink dagger is up for Magnus. They're running back in for Shadow, and Shadow only just dark packs it off and runs away. Even triggering the Silver's Edge, and Wings is smoked up behind him. They're gonna find Universe, but they can't keep the vision up. Universe is, of course, the vision master, and there's Jirapi catching out two with the Fate Bolt. Who are they going to kill off? They're going to kill them both. The gems on the deck can be picked up. Sumail needs more damage. Innocence will rage himself off and just run away. They're all just running away. It's an exit strategy. It's a hit run.
That was so clean by them. They're very smart by always having the Slark out in front because Slark is not actually that
Shadow's not done, man.
Situation.
Shadow's not done. Zai is isolated. That was way too easy. Sumail actually cancels his TP. So no, he's also locked in the mid lane.
This is what I'm talking about, like Wings being unpredictable. Like EG even made the unpredictable play. They didn't wait for Roche. They were like, they took down all the wards. Like, okay, well, we're not going to actually wait for Roche. We're going to smoke in. Shadow's up in front, gets the vision. Faith with a beautiful two-man RP. Sumail desperately trying to go on Innocence, but he has no magic immunity, and he will just run away. And as you mentioned, everyone just TP's out.
You may not be able to run from this one. Firefly is up. They see Sumail. They make a move over. Blink Skewer going to drag Sumail back into the fight. If they can kill him off, do they have enough? Now it's actually Faith who's in trouble. You did have a little bit of fun from Shadow back underneath the tier 2 tower of EG. Finding the kill on PPD.
Losing that gem is a big blow, though. Now Slark has much more room to maneuver around the fights, and Huskar actually does have to be scared of that Silver Edge now. And the break, more importantly.
The Satanic coming early for Sumail. He doesn't have the money for the Reaver yet, but he's got the recipe on the courier.
Is it Abyssal time? I think maybe for Lifestealer. They're getting
for
kited.
Lifestealer? He just picked up the Sanj.
They're having problems with people just TPing away. And then if they commit, they have a lot of melee heroes and Huskars, even short range, even with the Dragon Lance, and that RP was pretty nasty. Can you just throw in RPs into any lineup? I guess so, why not?
I was just surprised. Like I was actually underestimating the amount of damage for Wings. Just like, you're like, they don't have enough, and then Shadow's like, I think I got a little bit.
And I think this is a very nice play from them too, even just picking the Magnus because it's a Void replacement.
We'll see they come again. Sumail's the one on the front lines. The Obs and Sentries are down, so they see Shadow, but Zai, he's almost 3 hits for a kill. The Echo Saber making that a lot faster than it really was before, and now you're RP catching PBD and Universe in the back line. They skewered through 3. Shadow has a triple kill. Shadow has an ultra kill. Give that man a rampage. Nope, you hook him away instead. All right, that works. They're inside the creep. People have to pop out the Ancients. They'll hold him in position, and there it is. Rampage! Get yourself a rare, those 17 people. EG get wiped from the face of the earth. Wings.
That was beautiful.
It has been patient yet surgical from them.
The skewer was what sealed it for me. The lasso, the RP on it to the skewer into the empowered Slark.
And just at the last moment when the lasso was wearing off, like you could see him waiting for it, even like the positioning. It's like, I get there. Lasso wears off, Sumail instantly picked up. Oh, it is just a beautiful, beautiful synergy coming out from Wings. I was really worried, like,
They don't even need the Pudge.
They really don't. Like, the Pudge is currently like an understudy. If something goes wrong, then maybe they'll step up.
One thing that's been really important for me this game too is Innocence constantly stealing the Rage. He stole it that fight as well as the fight before. And as a Life Stealer player, you have to Rage first and then open wounds, because then the Rubik can't get away unless he has items to counteract that. But he just rages the open wounds off and then runs away. And this goes back to the statement I made earlier about him just not casting Rage early enough. You need to cast it early against this particular lineup. They will look for a window when RP is still down, but it's only down for 15 more seconds.
Here they're coming in. They're running over towards Roshan. EG are halfway through it with a Firefly up. They get the vision on the hillside. Flame Break doesn't actually clip anyone. Sumail jumps up and Blink way too deep on that run, but Ice Ice also pulling over Fear, but Fear loves it. He goes nom all over that Pudge. And now this is the fight for EG. They've taken 2. They're chasing for more. The Glimmer Cape bought a little bit of space for Innocence to run away. He can't run that far. 3 heroes down. EG will come and finish what they started, and that is the killing of Roshan.
And EG perfectly lured him in that position. They had to make the decision whether or not they wanted to fight with the RP. And it was kind of a mixed response from Wings. It's like, we can't fight, but in 15 seconds, and they're like, well, we need to fight now, or Roshan is going to die. And you could see that internal struggle of them not being at their peak, but them wanting to take that fight. Masterfully played by EG.
And that brings them back into this game. They were actually leading for so far. Like, if you have a quick look at the net worth, it was almost a 7K advantage coming the way of EG. The swing was high. The experience for me kind of shows it, like, the better story of this game. All the way to Wings, and now EG bring it back a little bit more. It was patience with a virtue coming from Wings.
Shadow is big, and he's building a lot of agility, so that Empower is just going to be insane. Yeah.
He can dive in. He could probably even go for Universe underneath the tower here, which is exactly... okay. Too deep. Bail. Mistakes were made. The relocate, they're coming. The hook from Pudge actually gives Faith a little bit more space here. They don't really want to fight this. Ice Ice going to find Sumail. He runs the opposite direction. Faith, RP, instantly cancelled by death. Ice Ice is able to TP out, but he's burning to the spears, and he dies underneath his own fountain. So 2 heroes lost for Wings after a failed engagement. That may have been a little bit too aggressive, diving a tier 3 tower without any kind of creeps. And Fear's waiting for support. He's watching Shadow, and they're moving into position. That's why PPD went down south.
But now all these wards are staying alive. They still do not have a gem in the possession of EG, and come out.
Shadow's looking to create havoc on the back lines. He's on the run, but all they got to do is just follow the little puffball as they'll go for more. Shadow pounds out. PPD, there's the stun. Shadow's in trouble, and Shadow's down. No buyback.
That was a crazy play.
He doesn't have buyback. This is 70 seconds without your Slark. You have to have... you don't have damage. You actually don't have damage now. Even if you get yourself a great RP, okay, maybe you can use the tier 4 towers for damage. A great hook from Ice Ice, dragging Sumail in deep. Zai will go with him. Now Universe, they're all being forced to fight underneath tier 4 towers. Yo, guys, pull out. You're too deep. You need to focus on the objective. The hook barely missing on Sumail at the moment. Now the tier 3 tower will drop. 40 seconds until this Slark is up, but EG... they're going to be given a lot here because Sumail still's got that Aegis to the Immortal and a Satanic. He is very, very hard to kill off.
However, he just popped a Satanic while he was hitting the tower, so he won't have that available to them. They plopped him Reserve Reward down, and that combined with the Ag's vision from Night Stalker will keep him safe.
18 seconds. 18 seconds. EG, are they going to go for more? When this Slark comes back up again, Wings have a good defense, and now the job! The RP by space. Innocence was the man initiated on. He still had the rage, now Glimmer keeps himself away to safety. They attack into the tier 3 towers, but EG, Slark is up. The Danger Man is back, and now do they retreat? Sumail is the one who's closest. Shadow looking for the leash. The sentry wards are down, so they know the Shadow is there waiting in Universe. Blinks forward. Universe comes a lot of damage. The hook pulling BBD out, so there's no support stuns. They can take the captain out. this fight with actually the rod. Ice is soloing Universe and PPD on the south lines and then denies himself as well for the full distraction. Sumail will finally bring down the tower. Remember, Satanic has been triggered. 18 seconds left for that one, but he's got the Aegis Immortal. Sumail will die quickly here. Zai tries to help him out, but not fast enough, and now Fear, Lasso, they need to bring down the Life Stealer, and they're gonna get him. Sumail life breaks forward, picked up control by Innocence, and then skewered back. A perfect synergy again under the tier 4 tower. Zai! He got him! Pulls him out at the last moment, and Sumail is bathing in the fountain. Scrubber Duck and now decide he'll go back, he'll take it for the team, or will he? Yep, he will. He'll tether up. Have they got a stun? Have they got a stun? Yeah, they've got the damage. That'll do the work. EG will lose the IO. They could have lost more, but man, what play from both sides.
A miraculous defense that was set up by a questionable play from Shadow. And Zai comes in, tries to save Sumail, but can't save him from the burst at his Shadow. And this lasso, while the Aegis is respawning, was super clutch.
And Shadow was so ready for it. And this is something which Wings has just been so damn good at. And then this from Faith. The perfect skewer back. Their positioning in fights is just flawless. Okay, you get picked off, the Slark gets brought down, he doesn't have buyback. That's the reason why damage has been done this game. But
and a very nice relocate from Zai, and they have weathered Aegis number 2. And it's not irreparable damage done to Wings base, just one set of racks and another lane is exposed. However, they still do have the T2 on the top lane, and their range is not yet in critical HP. So yeah, Shadow, yeah.
No, not the greatest time to get picked off.
I'm going to create space 1v5. If it's a Pudge doing that, that's fine. Your Slark, who doesn't have buyback and is the most important physical damage dealer on the side of Wings, probably not.
Probably not the greatest thing in the world.
I think he maybe just wanted some stacks, because stacks of agility is just really good here with the Magnus.
I still couldn't believe how long Ice kept both PPD and Universe occupied. Like, my eyes just stood on it because obviously, like, I gravitate to a Pudge during a team fight. But he just stood there and just rotted PPD out. There was no support stuns. There was no way for EG to do what Wings has been doing. So it's like, okay, we're going to go on this target. We focus him, we kill him, we move on to the next one. Like, you kind of have that when Sumail jumps in. But then you also had Fear attacking the rack. It's like they kind of have like multiple objectives they're achieving at one time. And Wings just seem to have multiple objectives, but they just chain them so beautifully. I'm loving. I'm so happy. I was hoping with the teams that would turn up today that they would just play complete next level Dota, or play Dota which you want to watch again. One time is not enough, and I'm getting that from Wings.
Let's see more Pudge.
More Pudge. More techies. I wonder
if Shadow would have made that play had he not gotten that Rampage. It's kind of like when you get a haste rune and you die because you think you're Superman. I think that might have been a psychological thing too. It's like, I just got a Rampage. I'm on top of the world. I can do anything.
I am invincible. And then all of a sudden, liquid nitrogen.
Or 5 EG heroes, or Kryptonite, or anything. Even the Silence almost killed him on that base defense. Universe silenced him up before his Shadow Dance or Dark Pact.
Roshan is still a minute away from
There's
spawn
a smoke
time.
coming out from the right side from EG.
Yeah, and Wings was already smoked out going from the west side. They leave an Observer Ward behind, which EG will go straight over the top of. They have a gem, so they can see the ward. The question is, they want to get rid of it, and okay, they do. They actually killed off the ward, and this, yeah, they're pinging out. They're flagging. Okay. Just be very careful. That was actually one ping coming from PPD on the Roche pit. I think the other one came from Wings in the jungle.
Wings are not quarreling with indecision at this point because Roshan could not possibly have spawned had they taken a timer. It's been about 7:45 since the last spawn, and EG heading around the pit hoping for that 8-minute.
They're buying more time for... Okay, so... have we actually got a... Because you bought a Heaven Talbot over on Sumail, like, he kind of has to go on Monkey King bar to find that damage into the Slark. Like, Slark's walking around with casual evasion. He's going to finish up a Butterfly soon. Yep. But it's the same thing for the Life Stealer. They both, like... they can find the money to buy a Monkey King bar, but you're not going to get that big heart over on Fear or something like that.
And the Slark doesn't actually need to get a Monkey King bar because he can rely on the RP and the cleave to at least deal significant damage to the Huskar.
Yep.
But let's see what the Roshan respawn. Dire has put their OD courier into there. And
that's a long spawn.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Yeah, just shy of that now for his respawn. And Universe is hoping for a kill. Like, he's walking around with an infested Lifestealer and a Blink Dagger to get him in close.
They know it means Aegis and Cheese, so they definitely want to kill. Shadow.
Does Aegis and Cheese really mean that much, though? If Wings get...
I think it means game.
If Wings get a big combination, you may just...
that's true.
Like, you may just lose everything. That's why I never really want to count Wings out of this game, even though obviously they were the ones who were in control for a while.
However, Faith in a lot of trouble. He does have a 4-step available to him, but Universe will scout him out right now.
They need some extra help. Shadow's too far away, so nope, Faith will go down. And Shadow just pounces and TPs himself away to safety.
So his respawn timer is 50 seconds, which will coincide almost exactly with the Roshan respawn. So does not look like EG will get that free 4v5 Roche like they so desperately wanted. But Wings don't know that. Wings do not have any eyes on Roche. They do not know that it's up or not up, or that EG is heading towards there. They probably have a feeling, though.
They don't have... Where are the wards even? Like, you got one observer ward outside the base, which is overwatching the Radiant secret shop. But there's no ward where you'd expect it around Roshan because it got de-warded before.
Yeah, the Batrider has a gem.
Yep.
And now they're patiently waiting for the Magnus to respawn, but Shadow could be
he's
dead
in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. He can't even TP out this one because it's still on cooldown. Can he Dark Pack? Not with a silence. Shadow, he's going to burn. He has buyback this time, however, but it makes contesting Roshan next to impossible unless he wants to expend the money. Or is EG going to force the buyback? Roshan spawns up. They see it now.
Yeah, force buyback, get Roche, and then try to end the game in. It is a long night to come. 3.5 more minutes.
Blink, Universe. Lifesteal is still sitting inside of him at the moment. He'll lose crippling fear to Innocence.
That thing lasts 8 seconds during nighttime? That is an eternity. Not as long as the darkness, though. It's going to last till like 41 minutes almost.
Okay, so they know Roshan's up. It's 40 seconds now until Slark is alive. Does Pudge go for his play like he did before?
I think they go for the hook in the fountain, or like the lasso and the hook in the fountain. I think that's a pretty good way to deal with the Aegis. And if they lose a fight at Roche, they lose the game. And I think they'd rather take the chance because they would have to buy back up the sword.
Yeah.
And then if they lose that fight, he is good.
So we're actually having more buybacks fighting inside your base. You got 4 out of your 5 buybacks, and Pudge is only short of his by 50 gold. So yeah, they'll have 10 heroes to defend EG. And
the longer the game goes, I think it's better for Wings because they can get like a refresher on Magnus, and EG don't have a great solution to that. And Slark, I think, scales much better than the Lifestealer and the Huskar, especially when you have Empower into play. But with these power items up on AEG, they could look to end the game. I think that's what they want to do at this instance in time. They do also have Bloodlust on the Ogre, so maybe not falling off as hard as initially expected.
So EG got to play this smart. They got a lot of sustain. I still love the fact that this IO gets so much money every single time, so a full Greaves over on IO.
And there's the MKB, like you were mentioned, coming out soon for the Lifestealer, 2 Javelins in the inventory. Huskar, not sure what he wants to pick up as item number 6. It could just be a Hurricane Pike.
Has he actually got some Male's Demon Edge?
So they're both going MKB.
Yeah, it's just like the Demon Edge on the Courier, so Huskar, yeah, with 50 gold, he's got his full ones. So between the 2 of them, they can create an MKB. And had some extra money. But this does mean that if things go wrong, Samael will not have buyback here.
Pretty unlikely, given the... I say that, and then there's a Pudge in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always something that can go horribly, horribly wrong.
Shadow also does not have buyback with a completed Butterfly. So with Empowered, he's hitting around 345 with Agility Treads.
Radiant's top tower.
Not a shabby pop as Faith. Oh, this is a good one.
He has buyback, though. So
that he does.
The end of the world.
Just means you're going to be playing with one less hero.
I really like the Blink pickup from the Universe. That has given them so many kills this game.
They're going to find Shadow as well. He just wanted to get back inside of his own base. He didn't start the Dark Pack, so he's got to try and fight the hook, saving Shadow, pulling him away from the EG aggression. And EG got what they wanted. They got the buyback over on Faith. Creep waves are pushing in. Wings are in damage control at the moment.
This Night Stalker has just been destroying them, though. Like, so many heroes have been trying to farm out around the map.
And Aghanims for the Batrider.
2 heroes into the fountain.
And with the double 4-staffs.
And the hook.
You got 4-staffs from Faith as well as Ice. So they're the ones that have to drag them all the way in. And the hook.
It could happen.
If Wings manage to pull that off, I will watch that multiple times in slow motion. Or hook into a double 4-staff fountain lasso.
Only if only Io could get an axe and tether 2 people and relocate both of them out. That would be the counter.
That would be the counter. But man, could you imagine that as an Ags upgrade for an Io? You're able to tether 2 targets with you? Ags Io?
There's been more ridiculous things, like in Arcana for Io.
That is not ridiculous.
I voted for Io.
I voted for Io as well. Technically I voted for Dro, and then Dro got knocked out, so I voted for Io.
You would.
Of course I would. Still waiting for her remodel. So we can start making more items for Dro Ranger. Same for Enigma. I want to release my black hole set, but it's we have to wait.
Does it have special sound effects?
It will have special sound effects. The crazy thing is, we wanted to have this. The black hole would be different depending on how many heroes you got in the black hole. Epic! Traded. Trademark. Didn't just sell like 100,000 people, like my idea. Crap! No! Copyrighted. Alright, so EG grouping up on the top lane. The bottom lane is still exposed. They got a tier 3 tower up on the top. They'll have to break through. But we crack over 41 minutes now. And Wings, again, they're having to show a lot of patience.
They have endured the super long night, though. And the ages. And now you start to worry about EG maxing out in items. You have some side grades or slight upgrades, Armlet being replaced, Dragonlance being upgraded to Hurricane Pike. But for the most part, EG are not getting that much stronger. I guess there's a similar case for Slark, although he does have one more item slot. The Magnus has a lot of room to grow, though. The Pudge only has 7 Flesh Heap stacks. So I guess he has a lot of room to grow.
There hasn't been that many fights since he was able to, like, know that he could be involved in at least.
The heaps.
Yeah, they just need EG just to break like waves upon the Wings shore. That's what they require.
1 Rax is not enough at this point in time, though.
Yeah, they really do need more. And if Shadow starts split pushing even harder, like if he's able to get something like BTs as well, just really, really side lane push.
Shadow.
Oh, he's going to jump. The relocate's on the way too, but Wings, they get a lot of support behind it. Shadow is still not dead. There's the hook away to safety. Ice, Pudge turn medic, and they find an extra hero. It's Zai up in the tree line. What did he just... Okay, he just sold overcharge on Innocence.
Easy damage reduction. Who needs Bloodlust when you have overcharge?
Well, there's no IO now for 50 seconds, so no relocates, no big support. But EG is still very heavily grouped up. They're making a break for the top lane, and they're going to find Ice. Like, he could potentially Ghost Scepter and TP out, but that's the reason why Universe is holding on to this Void. He knew Ice would attempt it at one point, PPD rolls over, and that's a very quick and simple kill. A rebuttal for EG.
They're going for Sumail, though, it looks like.
Nah, they're too far away. Blink was actually delaying it. Potentially could have just jumped it.
It doesn't have lasso.
That is a problem.
He used it on the Wisp for that precious Flesh Heap stack.
8. Wah.
It's like 8, but you get 2.5 strength per, and then Empower. Yeah.
Are you actually trying to... So for each point, how far does it put you up with Empower?
Yeah. It's actually like 1.5 Flesh Heaps.
Outside their bottom entry to the base.
Gem down, no buyback for Batrider. No fountain shenanigans.
They need a huge RP from Faith to save this game. They look for Sumail, but remember, he is a Satanic boy. And he sees a lot coming thanks to the help of Universe.
still, they don't have any creeps. This melee Rex is regenning faster than Sumail can take it down. And now they're eyeing the mid lane up, but Bat Rider will have very...
They tried to force off into a hook, but Universe in Fear, they blink themselves into the fight. The Ghost had to protect eyesight for the moment, but Innocence getting ripped apart. Sumail's going ham at the moment. He'll move his attention over to Shadow. You'll buy back on the Rubik. Shadow needs to keep this fight going. He's shifting off a lot of essence, so he's going to start hitting like a truck in just a moment. Zai tethers in, however, make sure this Huskar remains as buffed up as possible, giving Sumail a triple kill, and this will be a second lane of Rax going the way of EG as Sumail attacking into the tier 4 towers. Bat Rider is up in 5 seconds time, and Shadow back into the fight. Still with 25 essence shifted, trying to go on top of Sumail. He just keeps battling with the BKB, the Glimmer. Sumail can go invis for the moment. Shadow wants to keep fighting. Now the lasso. They're going to bring down Sumail. He doesn't have Satanic. Zai can't keep him alive. They're finding the kills right now, Wings, but PPD and Fear coming in from the rear. Faith, he needs the RP, but he doesn't want to use it just yet. He used it, but on absolutely nothing. He couldn't bring the heroes in close enough. Shadow wants to run, but the gem's revealing him. The cleave damage wasn't enough to get a revenge, but he'll buy back in now, but he doesn't have the empower, primarily because the Magnus is still dead. It keeps it at 2 lanes of Rax down for Wings, but EG, they're coming in for more. They don't want to give it up. Not yet.
And Wings have been playing very loose this game. Multiple pickoffs, very crucial pickoffs, I might add. Eyesight's not been connecting on the hooks that they so desperately need for the high ground defense, and the end is nigh.
They need time. The fortification will buy it for them. They've got 10 seconds until lasso. The hook, okay, they find Sumail. The pick up, the throw down, Sumail. He's still got Satanic. Is he going to get time to turn it on? However, they pick him up, and now he just goes in. There's the Satanic call. He's, however, too far away from all the other heroes. Universe hooked it very, very deep. They're going to lose a gem on Universe. And now with a Blink Lasso, they move over towards Fear. And Fear, he won't have the life to survive this. They actually relocate Sumail back in to get a grand total of 3 meters. And then drag Sumail underneath the tier 4 towers. No Satanic available. Shadow, he's got the time with the extra damage. Zai's negating a lot of it, however. And Shadow, he just doesn't have enough. Faith wants more. He doesn't have his RP up just yet. They're going to force the Megas out now by taking out the ranged Rax, but Shadow, he is not done yet. The sticky nade pump, the pounds forward. They need to see Sumail, and now they do for a short moment. There's your leash. Hold Sumail in with a little bit of a burn. Is there any kind of buff up? There it is with the Empower. Sumail dropping low. Zai as well. They can't reach him. Yes, they can. The Yules will drop him back down again. Zai will go down. 4 heroes lost for EG, but it's already too late. The creeps were beating into the fountain, and GG, our first series between EG and Wings